Hi. For this Saturday Musings, I would like to share with you something entirely different from the normal Life Principles series that I have in the past. I'd like to share with you about the collapse of empires. When I really think about Rome back all those thousands of years, and I look at, say, America today, in some ways they went through a very similar thing. Rome, what it did was it began to infight and with themselves and everything like that, and it was eaten from within. And the Goths and the Visigoths and the Vandals and so forth from up north came down and they sacked Rome. And Rome was burning while Nero played his fiddle. And I look at America right now, and it's almost like I'm in Australia, so I'm looking externally. America is such an incredible country, and I have such an incredible heart for America. It really is. But I look at the infighting that's played across the television, and the partisan points of view and the bickering and so forth like that going on right now, and it's breaking my heart. It really is. And it's reminiscent of what happened to Rome. And I can see that happening. Where is America about to fracture? This past week, I had a number of conversations with different people. One set of conversations went like this. COVID's all a scam. COVID doesn't actually exist. The numbers are way inflated and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, let's imagine they're out by like 50%. So what? 75,000 people in the US have died. The world should be concerned about that. But definitely, America, you should be concerned about that. Yeah, and stop bickering. Is it 75,000 or is it 100,000? Like, what? Doesn't matter. It's people dying. It really is. And that was one conversation. The next conversation I had was with a prominent investor in the domain industry I'm in, and he related how his sister just lost their 20-year-old daughter to COVID. She was fit and healthy and everything like that, and within a week she was gone. And I think like the heart wrenching as that was just palpable. And then I look at all the different factions inside the United States and everything like that, and it's almost like they want to rip everything apart. Like I had a conversation with another guy, and he's saying that he's discovered that more and more protesters at a particular events are now bringing rifles and things like that. And I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. It's we the people. That's everyone. It doesn't say that segment, that segment, that segment. You're not a part of the we the people. It's we the people. When I was recently in Washington, and in January, like actually many years ago, I was in Washington with my family, and one of the things we loved to do was to take a look at your national monuments. And I'm not sure whether you realize the impact they have, even on this lowly Australian and his family. We had tears in our eyes as we read some of those documents. We've got one of them sitting on our wall here at home, obviously a facsimile here at home, because it was so meaningful. And when you look at we the people, it's such a powerful statement. It's a powerful statement of not just we're going to go along, stand against tyranny and so forth, but it's a togetherness. You're together, America. You're together. Yeah, and so anyway, this guy was just waiting for the day when the protesters would start unloading on the police and so forth like that with their weapons, and it was just. I thought, I've got to say something. Even the few people that watch this video may even pass it around, but it's we the people. But not only that, is that I want to share you some of my experience in the US. Generally speaking, I find that the people from the United States of America are the most hospitable, incredibly generous, warm people I've ever met in my life. Like we had so many experiences that my wife and I, we traveled the world and with our family, and we spent 6 months in the US, just driving everywhere, and we had one story after another of just the warmth embrace and from people in the U.S. They really are amazing. And uh, like one door after another door was open to these lowly Australians. Yeah, and yeah, even from a business perspective, I got to share some things with you guys. Yeah, when I step off the plane in LAX, I feel like I've entered the promised land for business. Like, there's just so much opportunity. It is mind numbing. It really is. There's so much opportunity. And I don't know whether many of you have just got used to it or not, but I feel like I've come from the desert and I'm now in this oasis the size of Australia. Like, there's so much opportunity. There's like literally, I feel like there's gold bars on the ground around my feet, and my job is to work out which gold bar to pick up. Yeah, there's just so much there, and and it's funny. I get on the plane coming home from a conference or something like that, and one of the things I write is a report up for my business partner, and I like to do that. It just sort of crystallizes my own thinking. And the thing that I find is that it's like there's just so many opportunities, and you got to work out which one to go with and everything like that. Let me tell you, the United States of America is an amazing country. But it's amazing not just because of its geography, which is stunning in itself. Like, you go to places like Yosemite and you look at Bridal Veil Falls and all this glory, and El Capitan and Half Dome and so forth like that. Or you go to the Outer Banks and you can see the Atlantic Ocean on one side and you see the water on the other side is like 100 meters across. Incredible, incredible scenery. But you know what's amazing? It's amazing because of the people. It's amazing because of you. It's amazing because of you. Yeah. The reason why the United States is a great country is not because we're going to make it great again with some political slogan. It's great because of the people. It really is. Like, I've never seen people like this. And you look at the history, and you've got people like Martin Luther King, who gets up there and says, "I have a dream." Like, there's not many other countries where you're allowed to have dreams. Many countries, they squish the dreams. But Martin Luther King could say, "I have a dream that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." What an amazing statement. What an incredible statement. Or was it John F. Kennedy talking about the Apollo? We go to the moon not because it's easy. Yeah, and what incredible statements of having vision, having a massive vision. And you know what vision does? It galvanizes everyone together. There's a sense of togetherness. Yeah, there's some problems in the United States. We can't just gloss over them. But you know what? You have so much going for you. Don't become Rome. Yeah, I stepping off the plane and in LAX, and quite often I have a few hours there before I've got to catch another plane. And I mentioned that before I was in Washington with my family, and we looked at Declaration of Independence and all that sort of stuff, which is just phenomenal. If you haven't done it, then do it. But I went back earlier this year. I was just by myself in Washington, and I went back to the National Archives, and I'm wondering, did I get moved just because I was with my family or something like that? No, it's still there. Like, it's phenomenal. Yeah. Can America be great again? Only if the people decide it can. And the rest of the world needs you to make some decisions, because we need you to pick up that mantle of leadership once again. To pick up the mantle of leadership in all aspects, whether it's business, technology, whether it is social issues, whether it is even politics or anything like that, to pick up that mantle of leadership. Stop being so fearful. Like, man, like, it's almost like there always has to be an enemy. Now China's become this big enemy. COVID's an enemy, whatever. Like, stand together. stand united, stand shoulder to shoulder. And there'll be this Australian on the other side of the world down under who's going to be cheering you guys onwards. And the thing, please, you need to realize is here, yeah, when you hear, like when you watch sports, like it goes USA, 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 you hear that chant, you know, but believe it. Believe it again. You're an amazing country because of who you are and who you are as a people from all walks of life. Yeah, you can be great in education. You can be great in technology. You know, people go after visions. And it's one of the things that I even look at my own country and I go, like, come on, Australia, we need a great big vision. JFK had the vision of the Apollo program, yeah, and you had, it was an Eisenhower, the vision of putting roads all across the US and everything like that. And having a great big vision, I just wish our leaders in the world could have great big visions once again, you know, that galvanize us as a humanity. I'll tell you something, when Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon, and there's Buzz Aldrin up in the capsule, he was next. It wasn't just America watching, it was the world watching. The world was in awe that we had these two men on the moon. For the whole of humanity, we've just been looking at it, and now we had two people up there. Yeah, and it's that's a phenomenal thing. You galvanize the world. When America moves, it galvanizes the world. Please move. Please move and move forward in a positive way. I hope you take this video as a positive, you know, when you look at it and you go, wow, you know, maybe we should look at ourselves a bit more and you'll get energized about positive things and how, you know, the great things in the country. You know, there's so much to be thankful for in America or even in Australia. Stop looking at the negative and watching, I think, was it the news that's like the horror movie, you know, what's the next disaster? Because we want to go along and get our ratings up or something like that. And start looking towards the future. Dare I say, like an Elon Musk, who, with a great big vision, he is galvanizing people, and you just need the share price of Tesla to realize that. Yeah, and it's having a great big vision. I want you to have a great big vision, because you know what? When you have a great big vision, the world listens. Thanks a lot for that. Have a great day. Bye.